finished The Invisible Way by Reshad Feild, and it prompted me to research his first book, The Last Barrier. It was published in 1976, and it is dedicated by him to... I dedicate this book to all seekers of the way, and to the man I call... I dedicate this book to all seekers of the way, and to the man I call Hamid, who put me in touch with it. Now, this is a journal of one man's struggle towards true freedom. An exciting story. It carries the stamp of undeniable authenticity. Reshad Feilds shows the Sufi way of enlightenment, but The Last Barrier, in essence, is the universal search for self-discovery. I started, and there is a saying by Rumi, first of all, "Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, it doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vow 1,000 times. Come, come yet again, come." Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. Chapter 1. He never gives titles to his chapters. Whoever has heard of me, the internet is a bit dodgy. Whoever has heard of me, let him prepare to come and see me. Whoever desires me, let him search for me. He will find me. Then let him choose none other than I. Shams-i Tabriz. And another proverb here. He who knows not, and knows not that he know not, is a fool. Shun him. He who knows not, and knows that he knows not, is a child. Teach him. He who knows and knows not that he knows is asleep. Wake him. But he who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. Follow him. One autumn day, as I was making my rounds of London's antique stores, I came upon a shop that was new to me. As an antique dealer, I would visit a series of shops nearly every day, looking for special articles that I could buy cheaply and then resell at a greater price later on. On that particular day, I felt drawn into a small shop tucked away in a back street, which sold a variety of antiques, mainly from the Middle East. There was incense burning, the shop was quite dark, and as I walked in, I immediately became aware of the powerful presence of the man who stepped forward to greet me. My first impression was of size. He was tall, well over 6 feet, heavily built, and was, I remember, wearing a blue suit. He had a moustache, wore glasses, and appeared to be in his early 50s. "May I help you?" he asked. "I would just like to look around, if I may," I said, by now acutely aware of the tremendous presence or power that seemed to fill the shop. Smiling, he said, "I'm guessing that you are a dealer yourself, so don't take any notice of the prices marked on the tickets. Take your time." His voice was slightly accented, and he was smoking a Turkish cigarette in a long holder. My memory is hazy as to the exact sequence of events that then took place. All I know for certain is that some very deep instinct convinced me that this man knew something about a subject that had fascinated me for many years. Knew that this man knew something about a subject that had fascinated me for many years. As well as being an antique dealer, I was also very involved with healing, as I had been cured by a healer of a serious illness some time before, and had then discovered that I, too, had the gift of healing. All my spare time was taken up with treating people whom the orthodox medical profession had given up, either saying that their illnesses were simply psychosomatic or else terminal, so that they were scientifically. While I practiced certain systems of healing, I continually searched for more knowledge on the subject. During my research, I had read a lot about the dervishes of the Middle East, those extraordinary men who had given their lives totally to God, and as such were reputed to have many miraculous powers. The more I read about them, the more my interest had deepened. The study of the way in which the dervishes and the Sufis followed became almost an obsession in my life, and yet, up to that moment, I had not met anyone who personally knew anything of the methods they used for healing, or the various spiritual practices they followed. But there, in that tiny antique shop, I felt sure that I had come upon a key which would unlock, and I had found a key which would unlock a door into some of their secrets. Taking a deep breath, I turned to face the shopkeeper. "You may think I'm crazy," I began, "and please forgive me if I'm asking the wrong question, but do you know anything about the dervishes of the Middle East?" The atmosphere in the shop seemed to change very suddenly. The man appeared taken aback, but recovering his composure carefully, he stubbed out his cigarette in an ashtray on the desk in front of him, and then, after what seemed like an interminable length of time, he looked up. "What an extraordinary question," he said. "Why do you ask?" "I can only say that some sort of instinct prompted me to," I replied. "I've been studying books about their ways for a long time, and have been looking for someone who had some first-hand knowledge. For some reason, it just occurred to me that perhaps you yourself come from the Middle East and might know something about them." "And why should you think that, I wonder?" he asked, very suspiciously. Now that the question had come out, I began to feel very uncomfortable, and wished that I had not broached the subject. It was such an extraordinary situation. There was I, a 34-year-old English antique dealer, confronting this huge man about a subject that is esoteric, to say the least, where neither of us had ever met before. "Please excuse me," I stammered. "You must think me very ill-mannered, and I will break this off here because my internet connection is not so reliable, and it keeps stopping, and I need to listen to it first."